All right, listen up. This is for you, the one who's always hesitating, the one who keeps saying, I want to, but I just can't get started. I have one order for you, and one order only. From this day forward, you will become an ENTJ.
You heard me. You're going to transform into a battle junkie, one who specializes in combat, an absolute commander. That's your first order. Got it?
First things first, we're starting with the transformation of your mind, so pay close attention.
So, what's that I hear? But I just don't feel motivated. Is that your excuse? Let me make one thing crystal clear. For an ENTJ, that little voice doesn't even exist. Motivation is not part of the equation.
Why? Because we never, ever wait for motivation to show up. We don't act because we have to. We act because we have decided to seize the future we want. We want it, so we will take it. We will tear it from the hands of fate if we have to. The moment you truly choose that future for yourself, standing still is no longer an option. You need to understand something about your own brain. It's designed to follow your body into the fight. Psychology has a name for this.
It's called work excitement. The second you start moving, that's when your brain releases dopamine. The motivation comes after the action, not before. So you act. Why? Because you decided to. That's the only reason you'll ever need. End of story.
Okay, let's move. We've established you're going to act. Now you need to understand that action is the only thing that matters.
You know, we ETJs, we have this philosophy that might sound a little crazy. The harder the task, the more we burn to complete it. You know why? Because we love to win. Simple as that. If there's something we want, we'll walk right into a losing battle to get it.
But don't get it twisted. We're not fools charging in blindly. We only step into that losing battle after we've completely redesigned it so that we can win.
We don't hope for success. We engineer it. We set the conditions, we gather the resources, we find every single weakness, and we crush it. We change the very tide of the battle itself.
And this right here is the whole point. Don't sit around waiting for a lucky break. You go out and create it. You make your own damn opportunities.
So let's make this real. Let's talk about a concrete objective, something like a tough exam. All right, take something like the JLPT N1 exam. It's tough, right? Well, that's exactly why it has any value. An easy win gives you nothing. The difficulty, that's where the real-world value comes from. Jobs, respect, your own self-worth. It's a magnificent challenge just waiting for you to conquer it.
And you know what the real prize is here? Psychologists call it self-efficacy. It's that feeling, that deep-seated belief that you can overcome a hard challenge through your own power. That is what forges absolute, unbreakable confidence.
So listen to me and listen good. This is a fact of life. You don't pass an exam just by showing up and trying. The person who prepared to win is the one who passes. So what do? It's simple. You become that person. And I'm telling you this because I know you have what it takes to be that person.
So you input the vocabulary. You solve the reading passages. You play the listening audio again and again. How you feel about it? Completely irrelevant. Just do what must be done.
All right, next phase. Let's get into the psychology of how the strong actually learn and dominate.
And here's a little secret. We ENTJs, we actually enjoy studying. You want to know why? It's because we can literally feel ourselves getting stronger. We solve more. We do more. We are expanding. And as we expand, so does our world. That feeling? It's absolutely exhilarating. This is what they call a growth mindset. The rock-solid belief that your ability isn't some fixed thing you're born with. It's something you forge with effort. And that belief changes everything.
So when we're staring down a problem we don't get, our inner voice isn't, oh no, I'm stuck. It's defiance. It's, you think someone like me is going to let this go without understanding it? That challenge, it's like a power-up. The very thing that stops other people just makes us stronger.
So let me teach you the strategy. At its core, studying is memorization. But, and this is a big but, it's not about mindlessly repeating facts. It's about memorizing the entire structure of the information. You see the architecture, you grasp how it all connects. You have to use psychological tactics. Use chunking, group things into blocks that make sense, and use what's called elaborative rehearsal. You connect the new stuff to what you already know. Build a web. Vocabulary, grammar, reading, it's all one big system.
You need to understand the whole thing. And this is the absolute key difference. The average person gets stuck and gives up because they don't understand. An ENTJ says, I don't need to understand it right now to turn it into a weapon. See the difference? Not understanding something does not mean you can't remember it and use it.
It's a real thing. It's called the mirror exposure effect. If you can't figure a problem out, just keep looking at it over and over. Even if you don't fully get it, your brain starts marking it as important. The sentences, the phrases, they become weapons in your arsenal. Look, a right answer gets you a point, and points get you the victory.
Okay, finally. Let's talk about the mentality of a champion, specifically how you deal with pressure.
When you hit a wall, your first thought should never be, this is impossible. That's a conclusion you earn at the very, very end, after you've exhausted every option. You accept the failure, sure, but then you analyze it. Why did I fail? Is there another way? You deconstruct it, you find the weakness, and you exploit it. If there's no path, you make one.
This is exactly why we ENTJs don't get nervous when it's go time. There's no magic to it. The reasons are perfectly logical, and I'm going to lay them out for you right now.
Number 1, the future. We've already seen our victory. We've lived it in our minds. So all we feel is the excitement of it finally arriving.
Number 2, resources. Our brain is at 100% capacity. Every bit of working memory is on the task at hand. There's simply no room for anxiety to creep in.
Number 3, advantage. We're pragmatists. Nerves have zero upside. They only hurt your performance. We don't do self-sabotage.
Number 4, design. Our entire preparation plan was designed to peak on this exact day. Our performance isn't an accident. It was engineered for this precise moment.
And number 5, pride. Simple as that. The very idea that someone like me would crack under pressure, it's an insult. We will not give the enemy the satisfaction of seeing us weak. So we fight with a clear head. And that brings me to my final order for you.
Let me spell this out for you. For an ENTJ, a test is not about can I do it or not. It's about how do I create a state of peak performance that I can turn on like a switch.
I want you to picture that future. See it. The version of you who is respected. The version of you who got the results.
You know you can get there. So I have one last question for you. Knowing that, is there any possible reason for you to stay put?
Yeah.
I didn't think so.
So, for every single one of you out there who lacks confidence, from this moment forward, you are an ENTJ. Now get out there and win. That is all. Now move.